Hello crafty friends and welcome to another card making ideas video. Today I'm going to delve into my trash or treasure box again. I have been through some of my other little pots and found some extra die cuts and things that haven't ended up on cards, so I've added those to the box. But what I'm going to do today is use these panels that I created for a video a while ago. I'll leave a link to that below. And the sentiments are positioned so that when the panel is on a card, they will fall on an intersection of the rule of thirds grid. Now we just have to decorate them somehow. So I've pulled some stamps from my stash. I've got leafy ones and flowery ones. Some are solid and some are just outlines. And with this first panel, I'm going to do some heat embossing. So I've put my panel in my stamp positioner and stuck it down with some washi tape, and I've dusted it with talcum powder to remove any moisture, static or oily fingerprints. And I've got some outline leaf shapes here. So I've encircled the sentiment with my leaf shapes. I'll pick that up with the door, and I'm going to stamp these in VersaFine Onyx Black ink, which is a nice juicy pigment ink that will stay wet long enough to heat emboss on top. That looks pretty good, but I will give it another layer just to be on the safe side. And now I'm going to sprinkle over some clear gloss Superfine from Wow. And I'll melt that with my heat tool. Now this is all cooled and set, I can colour it in whatever medium I like. I can use watercolours, I could use ink as watercolours, I could use pens, alcohol or water-based. Nothing's going to shift that inking there. But as it's spring outside and the leaves are appearing on the trees, I'm going to go green, and a nice springy green. So I've just used a light green and a slightly darker green and popped those on there and allowed them to move about. I do have a series all about basic watercolouring, so if you're interested in that, check that out. I'll leave a link below. But as I say, you can colour these in however you like. These panels that I'm working on today are made from linen texture card. They're not designed to take water, but this particular card, which is from Craft UK, does handle a little bit of water really well. So I'm happy with how they look. I'm going to dry this with my hairdryer. This doesn't get as hot as my heat tool, so it won't remelt the embossing powder. I want to do a little bit of spattering, but I want my paint to have a bit of a shimmer to it. So I've got this indigo blue luscious powder in Magic Sparkle, so that won't change the colour of the paint. It might make it a bit lighter, but that's okay. So I'm going to try and be delicate and just go round in a circle. I don't mind getting it on the leaves, that's fine. So that was the darker green, now for the lighter green. Okay, and I'm going to leave that aside to dry. And while I've got this on my palette and on my brush, I'm going to spatter on this panel. I'll try not to obscure the sentiment. So now that's got some shimmery green on it too. And to use up the last of this, I'll just mix it together and pick it up with my mini smusher and smush it around this sentiment. This is just a sponge dauber handle with a domed sponge on, covered in plastic, which is held in place with a hairband. Right, now I'm going to use these stamps, the solid ones, to stamp a bunch of leafy bits. This is from Alton U, I think, and the other one was from Pretty Pink Posh. Okay, so I've spread those out because I want to die cut them out in a bit, because there are some dies that go with this stamp set. So the first thing I'm going to do is stamp all of these in cracked pistachio distress oxide. And I think I'll need to do that a few times to get nice solid colour. I find it can be helpful with Distress Oxides when stamping to add some ink with a sponge dauber. So this is a sponge finger dauber. It just spreads it out a bit more and helps it stick more evenly to the stamps. And I think that'll do for the cracked pistachio. Now for some bundled sage. I'm going to add this with my finger dauber and not cover the whole stamp, so I get a bit of variation. A bit difficult to see on such small stamps what it's going to look like, but we'll find out now. I think I might need something a bit bolder actually. A bit of lucky clover here and there. Sort of focusing it more towards the stem area of these bits of foliage. Okay, so we've got some variation, that's fine. Now I want to put the outlines over the top of the stamped images. I'm just putting them next to them for now so I can figure out which one goes with which. And I'll try and get these lined up properly. I think actually the trick is going to be to line a couple up at a time, pick them up, and then I won't knock them accidentally. So as per usual, someone's just started mowing their lawn, so it might get a little bit noisy. But what I'm going to do is put a bit of acetate over here and then stamp this and see if it matches up. I'm going to use Memento Tuxedo Black ink because it is easily wipe offable with my acetate. Right, that one is clearly nowhere near, but the rest actually look really good, so I think I only need to move that one. Right, we'll remove the acetate and then I'm going to stamp those outlines in VersaFine, but I don't think I'll heat emboss this time. I'll just let it dry naturally. And I'll do just a couple, well, I'll do the top 4. And then we'll do the bottom 4. I've put all the dies on there, so we'll die cut that out now. Right, I've got my little bits of foliage here, and I'm going to add them around the sentiment like I did with the other one. I'll dip them in a bit of glue. I've only got 4, and I really want 5 of these. So I'm going to have one hang off the side, and I might be able to use the chopped off bit as a 5th one. I do prefer to add my embellishments in odd numbers. It's one of those tricks that's very pleasing to the eye. Right, off camera, I matted my panels on some black cardstock and gave them a border of 1/8 of an inch. I then added those to card blanks, so I've got a nice border around the outside. I think the black works really well because it ties into the black of the sentiment and to the stamping and heat embossing. But I do want to add something else to these cards, and I've die cut some flowers using this die out of matte gold cardstock. And I'm going to add those with matte gel medium around the leaves to add to that kind of overly wreath feel. I'll pick them up with my wax tip picker-upper. They almost look like stars, these flowers, which makes me think you could do something like this for a Christmas card. Just use some Christmassy foliage, a Christmas sentiment, and then some stars. So this one's a bit less wreathy. The flowers are more scattered. I'll just nudge some of them so they're away from the sentiment. I've run out of smaller flowers now, but that's okay because this card has got larger leaves on it. So I think that will work. And to add flower centres, I'm going to put a drop of Morning Dew, Nouveau drops, in the middle of each flower. These will dry clear. They're a bit cloudy at the moment, but eventually they'll look like water droplets or glass beads. And add a little bit of texture and gloss and dimension to the flowers. And there you go, very happy with those. I like the springy colours. I think these could do with having a little bit more yellow in them, like these over here, but they're fine as they are really. That's just me being fussy. And I like the shimmer and shine from the smushing and spattering and the gold flowers. And there's plenty of energy and movement from the wreath design, I think. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope it's given you some ideas of things you can do with similar items in your stash. If it has, please do let me know in the comments, and if you'd like to see more from me, do subscribe and ring the notification bell. And I'll see you back here very soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.